Welcome to Stream Tonight, guys. Pro Se Legal School. Let's see here. We're going to get everything pulled up here so we can rock and roll. Welcome to tonight's live stream, Pro Se Legal School. You be the judge. I'm Coach Neighbors, and in tonight's live stream, I'm going to share with you the upgrades that we made to the pleading standard lawsuit. And we're going to actually change the name of that to something more fitting. And you'll understand why by the time we get to the end of this video, because we beat that bad boy up and it is super badass right now. Now, you guys can, this will be the, probably be the video, the instructional video for this document. It's just a document. It does not a whole bunch of things. And all you do is you follow it in your case as a defendant, in their case as a defendant, and now the people that came to the meeting last week that identified themselves got a copy, but they didn't get it till today. So I was hoping some of those guys would show up if they had a chance to look at it. I had a few issues with my computer. Well, maybe it wasn't the computer, maybe it was me, but I'm blaming it on the computer. So if I've been a little slow getting the documents out to you this last week, it wasn't because I was trying to run off with you on $99.99. Most people have been very patient. There's been one or two people that have been a little pushy. It's all right. I understand. Well, actually, I don't, because I can not believe that anybody would think that my goal is to steal their $99.99. But a lot of time people have a lot of bad things happen to them other places, and then they, that's what they think about first. At any rate, everybody got what they were supposed to get, except I have one person that I need to send a drive package to later tonight when I find it. And so tonight we're going to talk about the upgrades that we done to the lawsuit that you need to sue the judge with. Now, the document has been upgrading to address the court's lack of jurisdiction. And originally the document is set up to go after them because, and we'll get into that a little more in depth, and because their attorney failed to verify agency. So, and that's pretty hot. And Nikki Ross and a couple of other people that have been using that document said is like fire. Well, I know what we're going to call it now. We have to call it atomic bomb now, because we stepped it up. And now the document addresses the court's lack of jurisdiction. Yep, right there in the demand to strike. We're demanding to strike the attorney's shit because the court lacks jurisdiction for a whole bunch of reasons. But the main one is that there's no injured party, and the attorney, and we also addressed it. Oh, they're gonna like this one. We also addressed the fact that the attorney doesn't have a license. The attorney doesn't have a license. And also we addressed the fact that the judge has conflict of interest and the whole 9 yards. All addressed in the demand to strike the attorney's notice of appearance. The demand to strike the attorney's notice of appearance. Now, in all of my or most of my documents, the newer ones, your zip code that is on the top, in the top right hand corner, is 5 or 6 zeros or 50000000. Yeah, and that's in black. It's in black because it's not supposed to be changed. That lets them know that that's just where you get your mail. On the back of the document, you put the actual zip code that you need them to send it to. This is just what we do because we know what we do. This is going to be one of the punching strategies that we need to use to stop them at the gate. It's been apparent to me that some people don't really like to beat them down slow. So we can do something about that. And so that's what we've done. That's what we're doing. This knockout punch document, this is a knockout punch document. And if the judge denies this, then you can just file your 42 USC 1933 lawsuit against the judge for more money than you were asking in the first place. But I don't think that you're going to get through that. So far, this document is performed very well the way it was before it was beefed up. Now, in this document, you're going to be the defendant because you're going to be filing this in their case to crush it at the gate. The attorney cannot represent himself, herself, or herself. The attorney himself or herself. The attorney cannot represent the law firm that employs him, nor can he represent other attorneys from the firm. So the strategies that we use cause a little bit of an issue for their procedural processes, And so here's another thing. Other attorneys are not going to want to jump up and help their brethrens because of the fact that they're doing the same shit down the street to their clients. And they don't want everyone to find out. So they're, in most cases, they're not willing to get in your drama to help their mama. You see what I did with that? Okay, sorry. Now, this starts out by striking the attorney's notice of appearance from the record because the attorney can't represent himself. And the attorney failed to verify agency. And this works just for, because attorneys don't, there's no agent. They're either working for themselves or they're working for the government. So the attorney, in the beginning, that was the original reason why this was working so well. But now we're going to address a few more things. The attorney can't represent himself. They can't represent the law firm. And they're committing common law fraud. That's what you call this. There's actually a thing called that, common law fraud. And most people call it legal corruption. But I like the common law fraud because it takes it back to where it's supposed to be. Now, we addressed the fact that the court had no authority. Okay, so one of the things I want to point out first is that I structured this document so it can be used in criminal cases as well. So keep that in mind while we're yakking. And this is the main part that I put in to address that. We addressed the fact that the court has no statutory criminal jurisdiction because the United States, number one, can't be an injured party unless you damage, at a fort or I don't know, some stupid shit like that. So, no, so the United States can't be an injured party, number one. And number two, which is number one, again, is we address the fact that statutes and codes are not valid laws. So the court does not have jurisdiction, cannot have jurisdiction because the statutes and codes are not valid laws. And we talk about that in our documents all the time. The foreclosure statute is not a valid law. The statute that they're using to convict you in criminal cases is a criminal statute. It's not a valid law. Now, attorneys cannot testify, and their words are never before the court legally. And we can have a whole nother We have a whole nother live stream on just that one thingy right there. But we all know that the corruption and the way they do things, because we don't know and allow them to get away with that stuff. And well, that's coming to an end right now. So attorney can't testify in court. Their words are never before the court. And this is a lovely one here. The attorneys do not have a license to practice law. Under Swear versus Board of Examiners, the Supreme Court rules that no, the practice of law cannot be licensed. It's a commonwealth right, or something like that, something like that. But I know the first part of that is they're screwed, and boy, I used to stick in their face all the time. They'd be talking, "Oh, you're misapplying the statute." I'm like, okay, dude, you know what? I'm just going to admit I'm not as smart as you guys. Okay, I'm not as smart as you guys. And I play football and box; those two things not smart. So help me out here. Explain that statute. Explain that case law to me so I can understand. It's pretty clear to me. The Supreme Court said y'all can't be doing that shit. So, yeah, well, they usually don't have anything else to say after that. So, if the judge refuses to strike the attorney's notice of claim, and for those of you who don't know, if there is people who don't know, the attorney has to file a notice of claim before they can do any damn thing in court. They have to file a notice of claim, and throw it to the prosecutor, if you ask me. But the prosecutors get around that shit because they think, they think they're the ones running the show, and in most cases they are. But there's been a few people that get my prosecutor eliminated package, and the prosecutor ain't running the show. So if the judge refuses to strike the notice of claim, you just file your lawsuit against the judge ASAP. In this program, when the judge violates you, we don't have no time to be trying to do an appeal and reconsideration, and we learned from doing all of that stuff. We just need to cut right to the chase. So now, generally, we cut to the chase by adding the state and the judge and all the players right on, in first place. But this is the stopper popper that we're putting together, so people can use to get their ass back in court, or to stay in court. Actually, this should be the end of it, because once the judge violates you, it's a wrap. I mean, you're not gonna go back and feel like they're gonna be fair the next the next time around, right? Yeah, it's a wrap. So for a long, long time, I've always wanted to have one document, just one document. If you listen to my videos, I've talked about this before. That one document, I wanted to have just one document, do the thing, do the deal. Just one document, just one. In case anybody is having trouble counting there, just one. Yeah, you know what? I think this might be it. I think this might be the one document that I've been wanting. The one thing. And I'll explain to you why. Okay, I keep saying the same thing because I'm pretty damn fired up about this badass. I'll tell you why right now. I think it's the one document because, number one, it addresses the judge throwing your shit out to help them in the end. It addresses it in the end. It stops the shit at the gate, because the attorney, number one, can't go and do anything without that notice of appearance. Okay. And then you're going to take all of this stuff that we put in here, and we're just going to use that as a reason why the attorney's notice of appearance need to be struck from the record. Oh, it's kind of simple concept. It's the same thing we did with the demand for sanctions and the eliminated prosecutor package and the mortgage fraud package. we took that demand for sanctions and we took the lawsuit package and the stuff in the main stuff in that lawsuit package, we shoved right in the demand for sanctions. So now, in a situation that we're doing now, where we're jamming up the attorney's ass at the gate by crushing the notice of appearance, basically what you're doing is you're putting the attorney's bullshit on a bench trial with the judge and your ass. Just you and the judge. The attorney don't get to answer nothing. How attorney going to answer to any of this? Because it's all true. The attorney can't answer to this. It's all true. And I don't know if you guys have been following me along on Twitter, but you should. I've got an attorney, Mr. Kevin Baldwin from Baldwin and Vernon Law Firm out of Independence, Missouri. Been trolling and bashing me, my service, my people, or whatever on Facebook. And that's one of the reasons why I moved over to Twitter. I moved over to Twitter because all of the things that he was saying was really hard. It was making it so bad. Okay, I'm supposed to be sad. I'm supposed to make it look like that. He was damaging me. Oh, wait. When I go after their ass for professional defamation, I don't have to prove shit. All I have to prove is that the shit they said made my business look like shit, and they didn't bring nothing to the table to support their lies. So what I did was, and they didn't like this. They didn't like this at all. What I did was, after I got myself set up on Twitter so they couldn't get me kicked off while I still had people asking, yeah. So once it did, then I went over and I copy and pasted the stuff that he was saying, all the shit he was talking on and I posted it on, they had a big fancy website. I posted on their Facebook page. One of my friends said, oh, well, you're not friends. Well, I don't have to be friends. I just put it right in a comment. And then I kept making comments. They didn't like that shit. Oh, shoes on the other foot. They don't like it when you teach their ass a lesson. It's okay for them to talk shit and get in our face. But when you get back up in their face, they don't like it. So basically what I did was, and you guys seen that post, I'll leave their contact information in the description in the down below in the comment section. So what I did was, I wanted to invite his ass to the live stream tonight. And so, but they ain't taking my calls. So they didn't they didn't like the way I don't know why they don't like me. I just wanted to invite his ass over to the live stream. So, and all I had to do was just log in. I'll send him a link. He can log in from that shithole wherever he is. And then we can have the stream. And then he can trash my shit and then explain to everybody why my shit is not going to work and and then he needs to let everybody know what he has to offer. If you can't do that, then the professional defamation is back on the table. And no, he didn't, and he couldn't. They just blocked it. They blocked me, but they didn't know that I asked all my people to call down there. I asked all my people to call down there and ask Mr. Kevin Baldwin for a time that he would be able to come to and attend my live stream. I will send him a link and everything. And anybody who gets me a time, anybody that secures that time, will get something free out of my inventory. Yay. So that's how that goes. So y'all call them and tell them that you're calling on behalf of Coach Neighbors, and you just need to get a time scheduled that Mr. Baldwin can sit down and spend a half an hour. So I don't know how long it's going to take him to talk shit on. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So we're gonna let him know that he can post crap and talk, on my page all the time. But we're gonna see how he likes it when I come out with the shit I come out with to get his ass back. So that's on. This document is badass because if the judge dismisses your entire case, you can jam the judge up with it. If the judge dismissed one of your pleadings, sue him. I love my job. I didn't know if you guys can tell or not. If the judge looked at you funny, okay, I'm having a little too much fun here, and some people get offended and think that I'm playing or whatever. But you know what? When I slam the fire down on the table and people are using it to cook some people, I can talk crap however I want to. That's what we do up in here. We talk crap, and then we figure out a way to bag it up. Oh, wait a minute. If the judge jammed you up for some criminal shit in the past, challenge it. Yeah. Oh, wait, what about criminal shit now? Yeah, it didn't take just one paragraph that much to address the criminal stuff. Well, actually, two paragraphs because the state can't be an injured party in a criminal case. And because state's a fictitious fake corporation ass and it can't be hurt or injured, it could lose property, so in that sense, but yeah, nope. It's not working out. If the judge dismiss, okay, so I'm gonna break this down for you. And Neil, who is a business entrepreneur who's using my stuff to help people, Neil told me when I told him this, Neil said, "They never do that." No, they don't. So what were we talking about? Okay. The judges never provide a facts of finding or conclusions of law. They don't provide that shit. They do not provide a fact of finding and a conclusions of law. So they don't. And so what's that mean? Well, that means that you got shit for an appeal. Number one, but number one, we got another number one. The first number one is that means that your ass was in administrative court where they have no rules and you have no rights. Oh, wait, they have rules for your happy ass, but they ain't following none of them. So this document kind of like, I don't know. I sit over here with my ADD pulling shit. Yeah, and this is badass. This document could be like, I don't know, the Holy Grail thing. I think I watched too many movies when I was a kid. Yeah, this document can be used at any time. You can stop. I mean, if the judge rules, then you can go in and jam the judge up. You don't have to pay to use it. Yeah. So basically, if there's a case against you and the judge ruled, or if there was a case against you and the judge ruled or judge is ruling. Oh, and so that's what makes this so powerful. And I think I'm going to change the name. I'm not sure if anybody has any ideas after you look at the package, what I should call it, send me a message. Hit me up on Twitter. Yep, Twitter. @neighbors_coach. That's where it's going down right now. We don't really spend too much time fooling around on Facebook anymore, except I post my food pictures. That when the attorneys come back and check, they'll see that I got food pictures. And the document's still on sale for $99.99. Greetings, Steve. How are you? Welcome to the show tonight. Thank you for being here. I didn't know. Mana, I didn't know how to say your name. I can't see it around my camera there. I didn't know what your question is. That sounds like a question for an attorney because I don't go by rules and shit. So I just make my own, just like they're doing. Oh, look it up. Statutes and codes are not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, they don't have titles, and they don't have bodies. Those are three things that the Constitution mandates must be present for something to be a valid law. And if you look up what a statute is, you'll see it don't say nothing about no damn law. It says some shit about a policy from a corporation. And codes are lower than that. And ordinances are lower than codes. And the municipal court gets its jurisdiction from the city ordinance. That's so bad. That's so bad. And it appears that they run the municipal court like a RICO operation. And the prosecutors that are in the state court over here run over here on one Wednesday a month to screw these people over. That the police use municipal court to violate everybody's due process. And this is what I see. This is what I see. What I see is if you injure somebody or damage their property, to haul your ass over in the state court. If you don't injure somebody and the police just screwing with you and issue your ass a citation / summons that the officer signs and violate the separation clause of the Constitution, then they take your ass over there to the other court. Mm-hmm. Oh, Steve, man, y'all stop asking me these questions, man. Just start doing some shit, okay? Come on now. You want to follow their rules? Oh, they ain't gonna want you to follow. So no, don't ask me that, man. Just go get shit done. If I thought that was the issue, I'd be saying, oh, but you can't do it here, you can't do it there, you can't do it here. And I'm not an attorney, so and you guys only pay me $99.99 for that badass fire. And I'll tell you, by the time I get 6 or 7 videos, by the time I get 6 or 7 review videos, the price is going to change. And I ain't going to want to hear nobody whining and they didn't jump on the $99.99 when they had plenty of time to get to $99.99. Okay? Thank you, Sigma. Well, they do, Jen. And you're saying that like you always go sit down and give up and let them get away with it. They don't always, if you bring the right fire, they'll go sit their happy ass down and leave you alone. What's up? What's up, Mark? Yeah, people lose sight of the fact that the attorney's number one job is to protect the judge. Okay, the attorney's number one job is to protect the judge. The judge's number one job. I mean, think about this: who's paying you? The judge's number one job protect the state. Oh, the nuclear option. Damn, that's hot. I like that, Steve. Okay, so whoever comes up with something that I use, then I'll give you uh, a free piece of paper. Okay, I'll hit you up. I like that. The nuclear option. Huh. I like that. So I'm not going to make a decision on what I'm going to call it until probably in a couple of days because I got to get this traffic package put back together. I have all the documents, and somehow my OneDrive syncs some stuff somewhere. Yeah, but I had to learn some things. I got to figure it out now. Just need to get everything back together. So I got a couple of people that are waiting on traffic packets, and I'll get that over to them probably tomorrow. Then I'll be caught up on my stuff, and I'll be get back on my traffic situation, which I'm gonna give you guys a quick update. So I went down last week to talk to the city prosecutor to see if they were going to prosecute me, because I did get this funky letter in the mail, and it's like automatic generated or whatever, And basically, I didn't go to, I got arrested because I refused to sign the citation, and they were charging me with assault and trespass, even though the dude said he hit me first twice. But he was white and he was little, and he did hit me. But I'm going to say I don't think I was being very nice to him. I don't remember. I don't recall. Right. There was a lot of yelling going on. Anyway, so yeah, I need to the nuclear option. I like that. So you guys can send me if you have any ideas on this. Send them to me on Twitter or even on Facebook. I still check my Facebook, but not as much as I do on Twitter now since I'm moving over there and punching these attorneys in the face that's trying to get up, giving me a hard time without throwing nothing on the line. Yeah, no, they don't have the deed, but now we're not worried about that. Right now, we're after the attorney chief, and we gonna shut the attorney down at the gate. Now, if you invested in the mortgage fraud package, and I think the prosecutor eliminated package, I don't know. I might put it as a standalone document. Also, uh, the package as the temporary restraining order that I put together to block the state from receiving federal funding is pretty badass, and you're doing that under the spending clause in the Constitution, allows the federal government to block the state court from receiving federal funding for the whole entire freaking state if they violate your due process or your Fifth Amendment. I think those were the two. So I put that put that document together. And funny thing is, people have been trying to use it without watching instructions or any of the instructions or have any damn idea what the hell we're doing over here. And so a couple of people tried to file it in their own and make a case and file it without a case. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't know. Yeah, a couple people try to file it then. A couple people try to file it, in their case, which most people think, it's a good thing to do. But that would be a good thing to do if this shit was fair and they weren't violating you. Okay. Because the judge, and they're not doing anything according to any judicial, yeah, right. So it's just not fair because they're not doing anything the way they're supposed to be doing it. Cut to the chase. It's just one document. And usually when I do this, cut to the chase option. Yeah, so just one document. And usually when I do this, and this would be perfect, but this is just one document because usually when I do this, I have one document, I start adding a bunch of shit to it, but I'm not adding nothing to this. This is like so badass. So we're just gonna leave as one document, but cut to the chase. Huh. Well, you guys keep your mind thinking on it. I need to get to work. And thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. And I may even drop the price of that document even a little bit more because the attorneys are pissing me off. And what better way? And it's like we was going to do attorney roast tonight, but I decided to do this and provide something y'all could just go set their ass on fire with right there instead of having to roast their ass over here. So, but don't mess around and wait till this shit goes off the sale and then be trying to send me a message and stuff because I'll make your ass run some laps. Welcome to the stream tonight, Mr. 617 Stuff. Yeah, the facts are against their religion. Ain't that the truth? And no, they don't. That's how I know that they're full of shit. Usually, if someone's going to oppose something, they're going to say, no, that's not going to work because law. This is what we're doing. Or they're going to say, oh, no, that's shit. That shit over there. It's all shit. I got nothing to offer as to why or what anybody need to be doing. I'm just saying it's all shit because y'all kicking my ass with it, okay? Oh, okay, guys. Thank you for the value sharing your time. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Get what you need.